The Raider is a powerful class in Elden Ring Nightreign. In order to unlock his full potential, we will need to complete a somewhat lengthy and convoluted Remembrance Questline, all of which will be covered in this guide. As usual, useful timestamps can be found in the video description. In order to begin Raider's Remembrance Questline, we will need to first play as him during an expedition. I personally did this in the Sentient Pest expedition, but I believe any target will work. I have not been able to personally test just how far we need to advance in the expedition in order to unlock his Remembrance Questline, but I was able to successfully complete my expedition on my first try, owing to just how good the Raider class is. Also, if you prioritize visiting the central castle during day 1 and defeating all of the mid-tier enemies within it, those being trolls, crucible knights, or banished knights, you and your team can accrue tons of runes and levels. I plan on going into more depth in a separate leveling guide video, but it's safe to say that this was a major factor in reaching level 15 in all of my Raider expeditions. In addition, I've gotten 2 legendary weapons from the castle during a single run, in addition to tons of other fantastic loot. Also, I'll say that completing the Sentient Pest expedition defeating Noster, Wisdom of Night, on Raider allowed me to complete the first 2 major steps in his Remembrance Questline. I also unlocked both the Duchess and Revenant characters at this point, so that might factor into the equation. In any case, once back at Roundtable Hold, we can go to Chapter 2 of Raider in the journal and begin Remembrance. We will then need to speak with the Iron Menial NPC and touch the nearby stone monument. We can then speak to the Menial again and touch the monument again to begin the first trial. We'll need to face off with and defeat the One-Strike Gladiator, which all in all is a pretty trivial task. We will then need to speak with the Menial and show the torn braided cord that we received. We can then attempt to interact with the monument, speak with the Iron Menial once more, and use the nearby portal to complete the Chapter 2 Remembrance. Doing so will get us the torn braided cord relic for Raider, which can be equipped at the Relic Right station to up his power considerably. At this point, after completing just the 1 expedition on Raider, I was able to access his Chapter 4 Remembrance. If you are not currently able to do so, be sure that you've defeated at least 1 or more Night Lords with Raider. We can then begin the Remembrance, speak with the Menial to get the Iron Menial scroll, then speak with him once more. The monument should light up, and we can touch it to begin the next trial, which will require us to defeat the Blinding Elder Lion. This is considerably more difficult than the previous challenge and will require better use of dodging and the Raider's character skill, as well as ultimate art, in order to be successful. Once we've achieved victory, we can speak with the Iron Menial and use the nearby portal to complete the Chapter 4 Remembrance. Upon exiting, we will receive the Raider's Chalice, which can be equipped to the Raider over at the Relic Right station. It has a white relic slot, which can fit any relic regardless of color. It was not until after defeating 2 more Night Lords as Raider that I was able to access the final step in Raider's Remembrance Questline. I have not tested if you can just defeat the same target multiple times to unlock this final step. However, I found Raider to be one of the best classes overall, so we might as well defeat new or undefeated targets. For me, that was the Augur target, which I will admit was a huge pain as melee. If you do pick this target, I recommend bringing an Iron Eye along with you. At this point, I had defeated 4 unique Night Lord targets across all characters, which unlocked the final target, the Night Aspect. I'm not sure if this is relevant to completing Raider's Remembrance Questline specifically, but it seemed like it could be a factor, so I wanted to mention it. All that said, I still did not have access to the final step in Raider's Remembrance Questline. What did unlock that final step was using Raider to defeat one more unique Night Lord, which in my case was the Equilibrious Beast or Libra Creature of Night. After defeating 3 unique Night Lords as Raider and completing the Chapter 2 and 4 Remembrance quest steps for Raider, we should be able to access and begin Raider's Chapter 7 Remembrance. After speaking with the Iron Menial and trying to touch the monument, we can check the journal to see that we need to head to the shore. Doing so, we should receive a message, "Hark the Murmuring of Waves." We will then be transported to the arena for our final challenge. The White Horn is, in my opinion, a fairly difficult opponent. The best strategy I was able to work out was to keep a conservative distance and use jump attacks followed by evasive maneuvers to slowly chip away at his health. I was particularly mindful of when the White Horn got a misty aura around him, which indicated that he was about to use a powerful martial skill. The second phase of the fight begins when the White Horn is at around half health, and I've actually found it to be the easier phase of the fight. I'll let the rest of the fight play out in hopes that it might prove useful to some of you watching. After overcoming this final challenge, we can speak with the menial NPC, interact with the monument, then speak with the menial once more. We can then place an offer at the nearby stone to receive the Remembrance skin or garb for Raider, and interact with the nearby portal to complete the Chapter 7 Remembrance. Upon exiting, we'll receive the Black Claw Necklace, a purple or epic relic that is specific to Raider. You may need to reload the game, but you should also now have access to the wardrobe area of Round Table Hold, where you can change the Raider's garb or skin. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me in the comments where I will do my best to help. If you want to see more great content, you can head over to my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat. Her name's Marshmallow. Have a great day. If you're here today, have a great Monday and a great week. And as always, thanks for watching.